Moving into the first draft of the final series, Max, it will be lots of Gwents. They're going to be banned on the side of the pacifist.
What is this? 5 Gwens. Let's get just box shot everyone. And then aces. Oh man, that would be so toxic. Like ace high, one guy, he's stunned. Then another one, ace is high. The other ace is high. The other ace is high.
Well,
the other ace is high.
You don't need to worry about that when you've the talent as well to go with it, and then you just get 15 cards. There's
Quick
enough
math.
to play a game of Snap with that many cards.
Oh my god. They ban away Ishtar. Like, no, not going to be dealing with Ishtar this time. We saw how good they can be. But denied away. Even though it was Electronic that was playing it, so they deny away from them. But I think they just, like, they respect the pick of Ishtar. And they're like, okay, we just know how good Ishtar is. We know how good our enemies are. We're not going to take the risk. We're just going to take it out of the picture completely. But Team Oswald, they're going to be going for their second ban right now. And actually, Team Oswald, they call Team Oswald, but where the hell is Oswald? You know?
Oswald seems to be missing off the map.
What the frick?
Enemy missing ping?
Oh, no. People are going to start, where's the enemy missing ping? And like, legit, you go on the Vainglory Reddit, all you see is like, oh, the good old times of Vainglory, and they show the, like, the question mark ping. I'm like, nobody liked that. I mean, I didn't. Maybe you did. I didn't like it. So toxic. I keep getting pinged because it was really bad, but that's all.
Little bit of bias towards that, I see.
Yeah, like childhood traumatization coming back here. You know?
The purple pings. Oh man. Okay, so this is interesting. Finn. So they actually lost. Well, we say lost is a nice way to put it. 2-0 to Bruto.
They got stopped. They got smashed. Yeah.
I was trying to be polite. Just struggling to block the call. So I'm glad they picked up the Finn for a size. I think that's definitely something, a reflection that you look back on from the matches with Brusso, and that's good that they're learning of something and actually using what they've learned to survive really in this group.
Seen him follow through as a Grace here. Gwen might be the next matchup. You know, Gwen, like the last BO3 matchup has actually been really impactful. So
yeah,
can't
Gwen's
really go wrong
really
with this one.
popular today.
I'm not seeing a lot of Kinetic. I'm a little bit like, where the hell's Kinetic? I think she would get picked a little bit more than that. But
I'm
like
pretty sure she didn't get nerfed unless it was written in invisible text.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. Oh, they go for the sky though. Hey, where's the pedal? I'm saying, where's the pedal? It could be also a weapon, like just pull a big bamboozle. Oh, and I'm just playing weapon sky now. But they could go for that.
See, I just don't think Weapon Power Sky is that great though. Weapon Power Sky, even if you get breaking point stacks, just seems to do no damage to, unfortunately.
She is a hero that requires like a lot of skill. Like she's definitely not the easiest hero to play. But they go for the Kayn. Go for the Kayn. I'm okay with that. Kayn is really good if you know how to play it. Like he's got really simple mechanics. It's a little bit like Ringo. Like Ringo and Kayn go hand in hand. Is like in the sense like they got really simple mechanics, but they're not all that simple to play. And you definitely need a big brain to play it. You know.
For sure. Well, let's hope he's got a big brain somewhere upstairs.
Oh my god. They go for the Flicker though. Like Flicker got buffed up. He's got increased invisibility on his passive. So...
Yeah, Flicker's a really interesting one. Flicker, I believe it's the first time Flicker's getting picked up in the tournament.
Yeah. In ranked he gets picked all the time. It's mental, mate. Like in Europe, all the time.
And well, Flicker's just a cool cat, man. He likes to be picked up. But anyways, something I wanted to say was Suki on this mid lane in blanks on this bot lane. So Suki and blanks, I say this way too much to everyone else, but they were part of the Fantasies All Stars Tribe Week. They were part of a Vegetable Juice team back in the VPL Summer Open on the same team. So interesting. They didn't have the greatest synergy in the first series, but I really hope to see them come online in this second series. Even Aroniac, way back in 2017 Mouseport, I mentioned before.
You did your research.
Yeah, I did.
I'm scared you might even know my parents' name and everything and my freaking credit card number.
I actually know where you live. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh my god! Is that you out the window? Oh my god, get out of here! Jesus. Connecting to my Wi-Fi and stuff. God damn it.
Is that why it's so robotic? I see.
Oh my god. I'm going to be checking the window every 5 seconds now. Yeah. Anyways, jumping into the game. You know, Wolf, I'm going to ask the same question again. Which team is going to win? What draft is going to win?
Personally, I would love to see the Flicker win because Flicker's cool.
So can I like get an opinion? Like, can I say that maybe that means you're furry? I don't know why I said that. I don't know why I said that. No, I'm gonna shut up. Okay, let's go for it. You're solo casting now. Goodbye. See you later. No, I'm done.
So the Genie Flicker's now coming out here. We're
Oh, hello. Oh, your voice is cutting a little bit still. Oops.
Oh, I'm cutting out you. Oh,
Yeah, just
okay.
a little bit sometimes. It's fine though.
I'm running. It's okay. I'll just blame your Wi-Fi. I'm connected to.
Don't call my Wi-Fi like. Well, okay. Not feeling comfortable right now.
It's okay, man. It's okay. Your Wi-Fi is probably way better than my Wi-Fi. My McDonald's Wi-Fi.
Oh damn. My second house. That's what I call it. Top lane though, you're going to see the Sunfong versus Sky matchup. Normally this should be a pretty straightforward matchup for the Sunfong. The reason why is because you can really anticipate some damage output from Ostromasuri on the Sky and really just get an easy stun on your Tiger's Bridge. Hit your Divine Fist, but unless he's really fast responding on that Suri strike, you should be able to get a really nice amount of burst damage. So I'm really expecting to see Sunfong win his top lane matchup. It really depends on how he pulls off his combo.
And I'm really glad if he moves away. But I say, Roniak trying to go in, Millie. Escape there. Nice dodge and that. Genie Flicker, as he will come in quickly, simple. On this Baptiste. Baptiste again. Just Baptiste every game. Baptiste.
All day.
That, I mean, I think obviously Suki in his top lane. Suki, I think, starts for his split pushing ability. I'm glad he's not in mid lane where Roniak almost going down. Has to be careful.
Just pop the flask right there. The thing is, we're not really surprised. The reason why you're playing against one, even two heroes already good early game. That is the Batista. Hit already level 2, he's level 3 right now, and Electronic after his level 2 power spike. And those two heroes together, hand in hand, they are expected to have a really good early game stage. And that's why they just pushed that, forced out even a flask out of Aroniak. Not the Scarf, unfortunately, which was like going to be his main target. But top lane, Suki, nobody's quite find the stun on this Tiger's Bridge. And he's trying his best to try and get it. But bot lane, though, Pacifisto under an insane amount of pressure by Valhalla and Flicker. They're going to try their best to try and hold it.
Yeah,
Did he just take quite a heavy hit? Oh my god, whoa!
Whoa! Whoa! The baits as the Pacifisto.
I mean, that's not even baits. That's just what the hell? They baited themselves. Look at me.
The 9,000 IQ bait. Still bait into turret. As the turret goes 2-0 up in the kill board.
You see, like Oswald on MPL, he did a montage of like all the best players of his team. I'm sure he's not going to put that in a montage. I'm sure that's going to be like taken out completely. Let's just forget about that. That's what Oswald is going to go through.
Oh, someone's going to clip that on Twitch, don't worry.
But NVT got a really early game, has some charges, so he's been really CSing really efficiently. High up there, Infinity CS. Got a bunch of gold up his sleeve, so he's doing good. Even though despite being pressured so heavily by this Marine, but Electronic, he's got 4 crystal bits early game. What happens with like playing early game with like spamming crystal bits? It's a good and a bad thing. Is like a double-edged sword, and the reason why is because it gives you a decent and a better early game stage because you pay a little bit less gold. But your mid to long game is actually takes a little bit of a heavy hit, and the reason why is because you slow down your purchase on tier 3 items. So it is not always that impactful, but sometimes you're just like 300, 600 gold away, and the reason why is because you bought those 2 extra crystal bits early game, and it can pull you down just a little bit, but I don't think at this stage it's going to be doing too much against Electronic.
I think it's that payoff of, do you want that early game power spike, or do you take longer to get your tier 3 items online, or do you just want to get your
It depends. You are playing Merlin, so Merlin, it makes sense. It's like, as I said, it's a double-edged sword. It only depends on how you play it. And here they're pressuring so good in early game on the mid lane that I personally am okay with it. I say Electronic, that's good that you built those items.
I mean, I just think that off the back, I just think that Oswald team, well, minus the turret feeding, but they're playing a lot better than.
We forget about that. We don't talk about that. Okay?
Yeah, Twitch will surely talk about that one.
Click.
Man, let me see. I'm just watching the Twitch chat back. Pacifista, the man, the myth, the legend, and that one. Oh man. Oh. I can't help you looking to Diver as well, as it will be looking like we're trying to even up this scoreboard and kills. But Roniak, the Flicker, just not quick enough to get onto him and slow him down there. I mean, Flicker, is good. I mean, I think if they're going to go for his gank potential, if they go for the gank potential, then I think that Flicker is going to be really good for them. But if they're not going to gank single members using the Flicker, going into the fairy, into that sort of fairy duster, and if they don't engage and get these solo picks off and just try team fight, then I think they're going to really struggle. Got that point across there.
I'm checking out a little bit what's going on over the map. So we're going to have an invade coming out from Quickly Simple and Pacifisto. Flicker has the information. And that was that buff on invisibility. Can try and play around it a little bit more, but it doesn't matter. Quickly Simple with a Storm Guard will be able to secure that for himself. And Holy Nova on Pacifisto shuts him down. 3rd kill for them. Already, I would call it normally 1st kill, but like after that double throw, like it is their 3rd. So not looking great.
Well, I mean, Turret's got the most kills from there.
I mean, Pacifisto's got 3 of the kills, but yeah, Turret did basically solo carry. EU turrets. You know, first thing was EU treants, now EU turrets.
Who cares about EU treants when you got NA? Like,
I think NA is more like NA minions, if I'm not mistaken.
NA minions.
NA minions, I think, are meta.
Turrets now, like.
NA minions start right off the bat with a Sorry Blade, I heard.
Yeah.
So...
Sorry Blades. Well, I want some of that actually. Enemy 2 is going to go behind his turret now. So Enemy 2 really main jungle, I think, but does manage to flex. Of course, you know, he expects it high up in the low. Enemy 2 able to
bot lane.
flex in the bot lane.
Pacifisto goes for the Divine Intervention. Valhalla almost lost his life, but he did pop the flask just in time away from the Benediction. Pacifisto will survive it, same for Valhalla, but Pacifisto can re-engage with the Benediction if he wants to. He's been really careful with a nice flick. Oh, it's actually going to be popped off. Going to top lane, not going to do much.
Top lane, I mean, it's so difficult to get through this Baptiste, as we say. Baptiste has so much control throughout the entirety of the game, and with Skye being top lane, Skye as well, so... It's just so good at being able to move around the team fights and being able to get herself out of trouble. It's going to be really hard for even this Samsung and this Flicker to lock the Skye down.
Dragon's Breath and MV2 is barbecue time, baby! Getting a kill! And their first kill actually of the game here. For the Scarf, that's definitely one of the heroes you want to try and focus that into. He's got 1.8k gold. That should be very, very close to him getting his... Or Spellfire or Frostburn, really depends. If you want to go for Spellfire here, it makes sense. We talked about it earlier, the reason why. Grace, Divine Intervention, the heals of Lyra, and also the self-sustain from Quickly Simple on that Baptiste. Here, Spellfire would make a lot of sense, so I would personally enjoy him if he did go for it. And he did just purchase it, so just validates my point. So I do really enjoy it in this kind of situation.
I do agree to an extent that Spellfire is still, but definitely needs to make sure he gets that damage equally online.
Takes time to ramp up, right?
Yeah, for sure. And we see the effect of Spellfire, only item in a team fight, not having to do enough damage. We saw it in Oscuri in week 1. And unfortunately, it was Dragon's Breath for days and not really doing any damage with a Spellfire, unfortunately. But it is good, as you say, against this triple healing composition. So in specific scenarios like this, I'll forgive the Spellfire first time.
You'll forgive it, okay. Damn. Feels like you're judging everything. Feel very... Cool. Yeah, 9 minutes in, 3-1. It's getting pretty close. No insane gold lead, like, it's not really worth mentioning at this stage how the gold lead's coming up, but look at that Valhalla going for the rotation. Arena going to get a little bit of a slow on top of Pacifisto. Holy Nova not gotten used up, but there it is. He's going to get CC'd on top, but outside he's just going to be way too out there. I'm going to get instantly shut down by the Malign. Double man fearsome shake and do a little bit of work, just pushing them back a little further through their first Malign turret. Not too much of an impact on the long run. Still 4-1, and the game is slowly leaning in favor of a natural Vitalik.
Yeah, Le Pacifisto, natural Vitalik. I always feel like their team just sounds like an energy drink.
Natural Vitalik.
Yeah.
Natural Vitalik.
Did you not think? Yeah.
Like a green Red Bull or something. I don't know. Natural Vitalik to vitalize your natural. I don't know. Yeah.
Max, you could be the guy that sponsors the advert.
Does the adverse. Drink natural Vitalik to not suck at VG. Okay, I don't know, something like that. I need some, to be honest.
You've sold it.
Yeah. I mean, who's gonna buy it, right? Like 3 people who still play VG in solo queue? I don't know. Okay. Whoa, okay, that hurts. I'm sorry. That was a little. That just went a little bit too deep right there, but Quickly Simple and Grace Pacifisto will be able to find an easy kill. on top of Valhalla. There we go. It's all fun. They know, SCMC know that I'm joking. It's fine. Please don't kick me out of the content creator program. Please, please, please.
Did you watch it?
I might get in trouble.
Angry email sent after the stream. Anyways, the Crystal Triad looks to be trying stolen out by the side of Easter. We'll go to Electronic here outside. He's going to waddle away back to his turret. Looking really dominant right now, and I think, not gonna lie, I think it's just that double turret feed at the start really boosted the past Easter's team to the position where they need to be.
Another invade. Seemed like this is a very repetitive, like very redundant seeing these invades coming out. Natural Vitalik secured himself the weapon berth, going for the gold oak, going to be easily secured away. So they are just, now they had a small gold lead that was just a few minutes ago, 1k. And now it's already up at about 4k, a little bit more actually than 4k. So they are getting pretty comfortable with their positioning, and they are doing really good. So the thing is, right, is that most of the time what you're expecting is that when you get an advantage, you don't want to let go of the lead, and they actually increase the lead, which is great to see from Natural Vitalik. And they're just,
I mean, they're using this Ghost Wing, which is brilliant as well. We get this pick onto the Ordained onto Valhalla, and
oh, bull!
Gonna get removed. Oh, no. Blast gonna keep him alive. And now, Flicker coming in, trying to get a kill. And the Force of Cord going to be blocked out. Fierce and Shade going to reset the team fight here. Ordained now onto the Scarf and the stun. He's fast. Is trying to dive one of the turrets. And they're not going to be
How is nobody dying?
Portal just not going to find anyone. As Quickly Simple still trying to be on the backside. Will get caught out as the Portal now going to miss out. But it doesn't matter as the turret will fall.
How does nobody die? I'm so... That fight's been going on for like a minute straight and nobody died.
I mean, in the top lane as well, still, Suki and Sky just going at it.
Yeah. It is a Weapon Sky too. We were talking about it earlier, so you thought that like Weapon Sky was a little bit harder to play, and I
think this Weapon Power Sky, you definitely need a breaking point. I mean, for sure.
Sky can't be played without a breaking point. He needs it. He
but
relies on it.
Even with the breaking point, still, if you can't stack up that breaking point, if they can remove Sky out of the fight really early, then that's your bot lane carry gone. So that's going to be excellent for the side. That's going to be, I think, almost a chip in the armor for Natural Vitalik to where Oswald can really get their team back into the game.
Okay, Ordain on top of an NV2. Quickly Simple, he's going in. Fist and Shade going to be able to hit it actually a little bit late on the Crucible, but that's fine. He does survive the encounter, but CP buff stolen away again by Natural Vitalik. Not giving them any room to potentially build back their gold. Weapon buff is still up. Seem like they might not go for it. No, they're going to go for Ghost Ring instead, which, you know, I'm not against. I think they can definitely use this in two situations. Or they just take it and don't get denied. Or you have a steal that tries to come through, and if the steal tries to come through, they just pick a fight and reverse it on its head. I think that's where they can try and play around. Erenak, can he get a steal? Might be happening. Valhalla can try and take it to Fist and Force the Cord. I keep saying Fist and Shade. Force the Cord comes out, but he does get crucied anyways, and Batiste secures that Ghost Ring. Where's the Storm Crown?
Right, it's going to be the second Ghost Ring going over to the side of Natural Vitalik. The energy drink, and now also the turret going towards Ado Rosu in the top lane as Suki now has to run for his life. I mean, it's just falling apart realistically right now for the side of Team Oswald. They need to regroup, I think, in decide just how they're going to get their foot back in the game. And I think sticking as a team of 5 and perhaps using the Flicker, as we mentioned, they have this Flicker, trying to use the Flicker ultimate and get these single solo picks, get these bounty kills onto their carries is going to be the way that I think they can get them back in the game.
I definitely have some potential. They just got to really like focus on farming and farming well. That's their main objective. But Pacifisto, wait, actually
looks like it's caught out.
I don't know how they saw him there. That's a little bit weird, but okay, that's completely fine. There it is. The Arcane Passage to try and save him. Does work out a little bit, but they take it too. Arcane Pass. Oh no, they do block it out with the Quibble. Pacifisto might be the first target. Sunfong going to be good for the Master Lesson. Double Man CC going to be coming on through. Crucible just in case. Fist and Shade in quite a big impact on Ushram Asuri. Going to be diving deeper. Instant Quibble. And he's taking so much damage right now and instantly going to be shut down.
They're doing it.
Oh my god. Electronic.
3 members.
I swallowed in the wrong way. Oh my god, I'm dying. But I'm also dying just like NNV2. He's extremely low right now. Divine Fist, not going to be doing too much, unfortunately, for Tsuki, but Tsuki taking quite a heavy hit. Electronic surviving for so long. I don't know how he does it, but here it is. The Sunfong gets the stun, and now the Force of Call will be following through, but he gets a trade, makes an even trade, worth it, and Quickly Simple will be following on through, but they do not get the ace because Grace just respawned.
So well played on the side of Electronic.
I got a drink.
To get 2 kills on the side of their team just before he died. It looks so dominant. It looked like they turned it around, and even if they do lose 2 members, they take the turret, they win the team fight, and most importantly, they've got these bounties up. They're now only 3k, 2.5k gold even, behind Natural Vitalik. They've closed the gap, and now it's all for playing.
Going to be checking out the build, seeing something that stands out to me. We're going to be seeing Ostramasuru, then on this Weapon Sky we've been talking a little bit about by now. Going for Bonesaw on the 3rd offensive item. Bonesaw here, not a fan. I don't think is necessary. I think you could have focused maybe on a little bit more damage output, because here there's really no one going for armor at this stage. I don't think it's an item that's going to really unlock you at the same amount of potential.
In though, Max. Support comes out, and now Finn trying to travel, but not going to find anything. And just going to reset. Looked like a really good engage with a flicker in the boots. The Pacifisto sat there again. Has to be careful. Do not want to get the history repeated twice.
Pushing now, they still can't get the mid lane turret. Unfortunately, they got to try and reverse the steam in the mid lane turrets. Like that, they need to get one at some point because we talked about it multiple times. It's very important, but there it is. Ordain gonna get a nice mouse turn on Valhalla, and look at that, the Malign just popping off. And Nova connects on the Finn. Not gonna be doing too much. Unfortunately, Flicker just way out of position. CC for days, baby. Force the Cord actually gonna be crucified up a little bit later, but still connects and does the work. But it does not matter because he pulled him towards in, and that's gonna make the Finn also go down in the process. It's going to be an MV2 and Tsuki remaining, and now focus is on the Ghost Ring. I think they could have even gone for Blackpool, to be honest.
For sure, there's 3 members down, the Sandfang and the Scarf going to have to be careful. They couldn't obviously contest an objective, so I do agree with you. Blackpool would have been good, almost getting the steal there, so close. But I do think, though, they do see these mini waves pushing up. Sandfang equally pushing up the top lane, bot lane was being pushed in naturally, so if they had pushed in to the Blacklaw, it would have been perhaps these minions going taking a 2nd tier bot lane turret, or Sandfang even taking a 2nd tier top lane.
It seems like they will be going for the Blacklaw right now. Sunfong's pretty split. They're going to do a 4-1 split on their side. But Team Oswald, they're going to go for it, try and pop maybe those pulse weaves. Get one root, but he's extremely low. The Bulwark is going to be really efficient, denies him from really committing and trying to steal that one away. Blacklaw, not empowered as we're only 80 minutes in, but it's still going to allow them to get a bunch of tick damage on that 2nd mid lane turret. Maybe even go over to the choke point turret, but I don't think so because they don't have the best like sieging composition. So I don't really think that's going to be happening. They might get 1 turret out of it, but that is all. They won't get anything extra. They know they can't siege it, right? There's no way.
Well, sure, we do have a Lyra, though we saw earlier today. The Lyra, just how effective it could be, ending a game we thought couldn't be ended. But it will back off the Blacklaw after it takes 1 turret. So we're going to get that Dragon's Breath off, though, and take out about 30% of the turret before it will go down. Some gold, though, back in the pockets of Team Oswald. The gold lead still pretty strong over the side of Natural Vitalik. 5,000 gold. They're looking for a bait, perhaps. They've all gone under the Filica, and very Dustin is going to be Sandfang trying to get stun up, but the Sandfang ultimate not going to land. It gets denied away, and now it's going to be actually Valhalla. Even if Sky isn't here, Max getting bursted down, and now they're looking in trouble with Sandfang desperately trying to stun up someone with a counter, and now it looks like the Pacifisto caught out because of that Sandfang stun. And now it's going to be Flicker trying to get 2 kills, 3 kills on Electronic. They need to delete the Malign before she can stack back up. But Sky has arrived. And now, as the blinking health bars look perfect for this, Sky is now outside. Not going to be able to take Electronic. And now Sky going to ace for the side of Natural Vitalik. This just looks like game, pretty much, to be honest.
You had one chance there, Highland, to say the cavalry's here, but
the cavalry has arrived.
There it is. Nice, you caught up with that. They go for the choke point turret. They're gonna change their focus over to the armory. Flicker, one man standing. But actually, the backport from Lyra and Grace came on through. Oh, no, they didn't backport. They died, actually. I forgot about that. They're just going to focus that down. Yeah, that's one way to backport. I guess it's the easy way. But now the cave does die. They're actually making it work out pretty well. But look at that. Everyone is spawning one by one. And this is not going to be the end game. Oh, my God. No. Quickly Simple going to be on his zone. Pacifisto, leave. What are you doing? Leave. Okay, get a kill. That's cool. That's cool. But leave. Get the hell out of here. Force the core does not connect for outside. Lara going to be just around the corner. And that means that now they switched on his head.
In the base, so
Ghostwing is up too. They can get Ghostwing.
Yeah, so many scout cams over. It has to clear this vision out. As soon as they respawn, you can almost tell certainly if that scout cam in the base isn't removed, they could just easily rush the base. Looks like they're pushing in that bot lane turret now. Just reset. Still 5,000 golden lever. 21 minutes into the game. Not going to be an Empowered Blackpool coming up when it does respawn. But if it is left, could become that way. 3 turrets left on Team Oswald to 7 on Natural Vitalik.
5k gold lead that you just mentioned. Not insane after 21 minutes, really. Like, I already seen like some maybe 10 to 15k gold leads in 20 minutes. So this is definitely one on the lower end gold lead. So it's definitely still possible for Team Oswald to come back in this game. After the thing is why it seemed like it's going to be really complicated. They got no mid lane turrets. They got 1 side lane turret each. Their objective game is definitely not on point. Team Oswald, they got to work on that. Now in this game if they can, or definitely for the next 2 games in the series if it does end up going to a 3rd game. Anyways, Ghosting is going to be the next focus for Natural Vitalik. How are the Energy Jink boys going to play around this one?
Precisely, the first chord's going to get blocked out, but Ghostwing will go over to the Natural Vitalik, but the fight's going to start off anyway, and now outside trying to fight, but it's going to come in. Now NMB be the target, but actually Sandbane, Master Celeste is going to hit onto 3 and just drop back team fight, but it is going to be the Flicker who falls anyways. Now back he's being traded, and now Lyra almost falling now, the Quibble onto Electronic, just going to fall down to the K, and that might be all they need. As always, wrote the Quibble, double stun, and it's going to be an ace. They turn it around. They could just end the game through top lane or take the Black Claw as it is respawn now. Looks like Suki in the top lane is going to do Suki things. Damn, split, push back, turret down, and they're also going to take this Black Claw. This has opened up the game, Max. And even though they are still 4,000 gold behind, it does not look that way. And the team fight, as you say, does not make a difference if they can shut down these carries. Master's Lesson was so important in that fight.
Pog! Big Pog! No, that was like the fin on those Quibbles like connects on 2 extremely valuable targets. The first one was on top of the Maline, the second one was on top of the Sky, which normally Sky is not even supposed to be afraid to get hit by a Quibble in the first place. He actually got it, and that really just allowed so many opportunities for the team to get the comeback. Now they got the Black Claw. Not empowered 2 minutes early, but that's completely fine. They have to pick it up. They don't want to give any chance whatsoever for Natural Vitalik to just get a grip back into this game. And the gold lead that they have earlier has been reduced a little bit. Not significantly, but still just a little bit. So they did catch up because they got those bounties. Now they're going to be pushing. Now they're finally going to get this first mid lane turret I was talking about earlier. And that's just going to give them a little bit more room and a little bit more area to work with and just breathe with. As now, Merlin going to be joining up, and Force Accord will get blocked out again. If I have to praise someone, it's got to be the Roam. I can't help you. Crucium so well, those Force Accords.
For sure, that Force Accord, if it had landed, well, the end game for Natural Vitalik. So very important these Roams block out the CCU. It's going to come out outside. Look, a bit split though. 4 members into the jungle, looking to cut them off.
Oh, this is confidence. Oh man, they're going for an invade when they do not have the Maline and a Sky here, and when all the enemies are alive. Now that is ballsy.
If you just pretend that you've got the ally heroes there, they might not go. It's all in one.
Like that, they just needed a scout cam and have the information. Oh, there's only 3 guys, we're 5. Okay, let's go. Like that was a little bit risky. No, they didn't really scout for information beforehand. But okay, it works out and it paid off. So high risk, high reward, and it worked out. They got the weapon buff and denies it away also from their enemies.
For sure, we're 25 minutes almost into the game. Ghostwing is respawning, and Natural Vitalik looking to position for what I believe is their 4th Ghostwing in the game right now.
Force the Core coming out, maybe. He sees the pulse with effects, so he knows where they're located. At least he knows their whereabouts. Ghostwing spawns back on. Is this going to be the chance for them to force the fight towards them? Slicker did pop
The
the ult.
flicker
They have no vision, they have
coming
no info, they don't know where they
It
are.
went round, and the Fang Master's Lesson gonna get blocked out, but now it's about T-Spears and Shea gonna get blocked out. It's gonna be Sky on the back line, just getting deleted, and now 2 members as almost electronic moving from the fight. Now 3 members, full max. That was beautiful from the flicker. Quickly simple. Now has to run away from blanks on the Beast. And again, fight here. Valhalla not being able to find it. La Pacifisto just running into base. They're looking to finish Max. The teleport boots are coming in. They're looking to fight this one to the end of the game, as they will use that advantage that they've got from the top lane, from Suki, to get this one up on the series. They looked like they were outmaxed, but they managed to take game 1.
Congratulations, Team Oswald. Hey, I called at the start of the game, even though I didn't lose hope. And my boys of Team Oswald, and they take the game. They shoot that Rain Crystal to the ground to smithereens. Secure the first game of this BO3 versus Natural Vitalik. Congratulations. That was really great performance. They didn't give up, and then they had a really, really good fight in the late game, and that fight alone just turned everything on its head. So, great job, and if I had to give MVP, I would give it over to Outside. Like, those 2 quibbles, I think, won them the game. Literally.
For sure, we see that quibble right on the end of the team fight just land on all of those members. Pretty much 3-4 man quibble there at the end. Guy also deleted so quickly in that team fight, was not allowed to stack up, and as we talked about earlier, getting rid of that Sky before she can get her breaking point stacks up is so vital to winning these team fights. And shutting down out of that bot lane on Oscar Marie, so or the mid lane on Electronic was so important in those final team fights for them to ultimately win the game.
And there you go, that's going to be a 1-0 situation. We're just going to real quick go back over to the overlay. Whoop, well, let's go, and I can update everything. But there you go, so we needed, as you said earlier, we were talking about it. Team Oswald, they need 2 wins.
They need to win. I mean, they've got 1, they just need 1 Pacifisto. If they can even get 1, it will set a pretty hard standard for both Lovely Lou and Oswald to beat. But if they can deny La Pacifisto from getting any points on the board from this series, then it will set the scoreboard to Bruto being 4, La Pacifisto and Oswald at 2, and then Lovely Lou at 1. So could set the scoreboard pretty even. But of course, Bruto still that 1 semi-finalist spot already taken.
Real quick, going to be updating. So there we go. The updates have been done for the overlays. We're ready to jump to game number 2. We're going to be switching up the teams, so that means that maybe team on B side might be able to get a few more priority picks up their sleeve. It's definitely something to keep in mind. But there you go. So, seen after that first game, it was extremely close. Really, we knew which team was going to win towards the late game stage when we had like Team Oswald really dominating the last 2 fights. Do you think Team Oswald, was what they did here, they have what it takes to get themselves a second game and just stay in the tournament?
I think they've got what it takes. I mean, it looked so dominant for Bruto to win against Oswald that I really thought Oswald would struggle to even get a game from La Pacifisto, who've equally been looking pretty strong against teams. Even when they lost to Bruto, La Pacifisto's team looked pretty strong, even going to 2-1 series. I think La Pacifisto equally still have what it takes to shut down the dreams of Oswald. Obviously, if they can get 2 points still with a reverse sweep, it will still go to being La Pacifisto's Natural Vitalik and Bruto going through to the semi-finals. So still hope for the sides of both teams.
Checking out some stuff at the same time. We tried to get the draft started. Seemed like we had a little bit of an issue. Right. Boom and boom and... So I'm doing some streamer stuff on my side.
No worry. I mean, I think when we look at these teams, I think this is probably one of the more even matches, would you say?
Oh, yeah.
It looked pretty dominant from the start for like Pacifisto, but then equally at the end game, as that Millie starts into the late game, and I say Sky just have that damage unless she can stack up. I think there were areas in the Pacifisto, but I think Oswald can take a second game from Natural Vitalik.
I definitely think they can. I think that, like, also, I think I Can't Help You he had a Super Scout 2000, and I think he didn't play around that as much as you would want against the Flicker. Like, it definitely was a good pickup to deal with the Flicker. I think he could have... There was a little bit more potential available there, so...
I mean, smart play from that Flicker in the last.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Like, it was
around the back, you saw that scout cam around the Ghost Wing side of Natural Vitalik, but they went all the way around the back where they didn't notice them.
Just to deny vision. Yeah, just to deny vision away, so that was great. They do ban away the Ishtar. Let me find, I don't want Electronic playing that bad boy again. Well, bad girl, should I say. But, okay, go for maybe the Miho. Yeah, no big surprise. Even though they're banned on the A side, which is really weird. Like, most of the bans of Miho today, they've been on A side. So it seems like people don't want to deal with it. They don't ban it here, but like, it seems like people don't want to deal with Miho, but at the same time, they don't want to play it.
You don't want to almost get forced into picking the Miho though and then getting it.
Everyone's like, I don't want to play it. People are like, I don't want to play against it. Let's just ban it. You know what? It's just like a default ban.
I mean, pretty standard bans. I mean, Lyra obviously now the big ban. I think obviously.
Yes, Rhyme.
Rhyme, we've seen Rhyme a couple times. Rhyme twice already in the series. Baptiste again, going to be face up.
I want to see my boy Rhyme. Like, he's freaking awesome. Like, his kit is so good. Like, he can play him Bruiser, he can play in like utility, can really play him really versatile. We go for the Scarfin combo. Yeah, pretty strong.
Look, I would want to be interested to see if a box comes out right now, just for the Finn. I know it's not great into the Scarf, but with the Baptiste, perhaps if the Baptiste goes jungle, stand out on the mid lane. But Celeste, is it going to be overpowered? We will find out. As Electronic on the Celeste, surely weapon power Celeste from the draft. You know how it is.
I mean, Celeste is a really good hero. I would always recommend to play with a hero that synergizes really well with Celeste, like a hero with some CC. Lorelei is exactly that. She has some really good CC, can combo with your Fish Food, with a Core Collapse, or the other way around, combo your Core Collapse with a Fish Food, increase the CC duration. It works really well. So I do like it. Like, for example, what I don't like is people that play, for example, Finn, Celeste. I don't think it synergizes well. It doesn't work together that well. I'm not that much of a fan. But here, Lorelei, Celeste, great mid lane combo.
Again. Flicker Kane being picked up again. Worked for him in game 1. Will it work for him in game 2?
If it ain't broken, don't fix it, you know?
Yeah. They will have to tidy up both for the side of the Pacifist and Natural Vitalik on making sure the vision for the Flicker is there. Surely a couple more Super Scout 2000 is going to be coming out for the late game.
Yeah. You're going to keep that in mind. I'm going to go for the Leo. I don't know how much Leo has been picked up in the course of this tournament. But
Leo not that popular.
Not that popular, yeah. He got nerfed pretty heavily at some point, so he didn't get played. But like, still, his ultimate can turn a fight on its head. It's like a Tony Badaboom. It's just snap of a finger, everything is changed.
Leo's not got very good stats. I mean, Leo week 1, he's not been picked 2, but 0-2 on the stats for Leo. So Leo, we'll see if he can go 1 and 2, or if they will lose out on their chance to secure a spot in the semi-finals. Really, it's all important match. It's what we've all been leading up to. Can Oswald's team keep their hopes and dreams alive in this tournament, or can La Pacifistos secure their spot in semi-finals?
Have to wait and see. Team Oswald, can they make it through? Can they get the 2-0 stomp down? Here it is, jumping into the game. Both compositions, both got some really good perks, and also a few weaknesses, but that's completely fine. But I really do enjoy the Baptiste Lorelei combo on their side of Natural Vitalik. Like, that combo together is so good, and we talked about it multiple times. If you add a Lance to the mix, it's freaking OP. But I really enjoy both drafts, and I'm starting to like get really tired. I've been casting now for like almost 7 hours, so I'm starting to slow down a little bit now.
You know what I mean? Wait till I shout. Don't worry, I'll take the house down.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Mike.
Let's go. I'm gonna just jump in bed after this one. But well, you never know. If we get a pentakill, that'll definitely wake me up. So I hope to see one.
That will wake you up, yeah, for sure. We are moving into the second match. I think I have to agree with you though. I do love the composition coming out with this Celeste and the Lorelei. Interesting comp. In terms of their dive, it doesn't really exist apart from the obviously Oscar Marisu and La Pacifistos. So, but even then, they can be shut down quite easily. So it's going to be interesting to see how they'll fare with this sort of stay back and keep distance while Electronic does all the damage sort of composition versus this really hard engage comp coming out with a flicker.
I mean, I think they do also have a really good engage composition. Like, they've got the Batiste to like just CC lock down one character specifically, then the Kensei and the Leo, which are two really good dive heroes. I think that if they play around that really well, like, they have potential to just shut down the likes of Scarf or the Kane, because Kane has a little bit of mobility, but even then it's just so low that it could potentially be a really easy shutdown. So I personally think that here the natural Vitalik have the better draft.
Oh, for sure, I agree, for sure. Yeah, I just think if they can play this flicker well, you see when the flicker gets played well, they absolutely melt the side of natural Vitalik.
I mean, flicker is all about, you must put resources to shut him down.
I can't help you.
Yeah, there you go. Prove your example.
We'll just get first blood with a flicker there. You do have to respect vision. Flicker also so good at controlling vision on the map. Can remove any scout can by just going invisible and seeing what is in that bush. So Flicker gonna be really strong, and it's important for Flicker that he keeps his vision on the low for the side of natural Vitalik.
Flicker just gonna try and be a pain in the butt. Pushing up top.
Pretty
lane.
much.
Yeah, I mean that's what Flicker does. You know, it's like it's his whole point. So bot lane, 1v2 push. Tsuki extremely low, gonna Vanguard up. Doesn't have the flask anymore. Will the turret kill him? Oh, the flask! Lucky bastard. There you go.
I want to see that 2-0 turret.
Kill turret again. But they're going to be able to get a pretty decent push here. The Batiste specifically, Batiste is really good at game to push these turrets because of his passive. Just allows him to do way more damage per basic attack and with those bad mojos. And turret's already down to mid HP. We're not even 3 minutes in. And they might actually even get the kill. It's such a big... Yeah, that's a turret down in less than 3 minutes without a Kestrel Scarf combo.
Yeah, for sure. Just really well played. And against an Arden, you're going to struggle. Suki against his Arden melee versus melee into a Leo. Just not Leo Kensei. Is not what you want, especially with the Baptiste there. Just not going to end well for you.
You're not going to be backporting the top lane. Not really want to get involved any further with Pacifisto. He's already created a huge advantage for Valhalla, so he doesn't have to overstay. Can start getting back to his jungle and do jungler business.
For sure, for sure. We are about 3.5 minutes game. 10.6k to 9. Or decided of natural Vitalik. Nothing to scream about just yet. Still 9 turrets so for natural attack and only 8 as we did see that bot lane turret just fall.
Yeah, bot lane was taken over. We did see that. Really good push, really good amount of pressure on the Arden. Arden, like, since they nerfed him, like, on his Blood for Blood, especially on his cooldown on Blood for Blood, it's just really hard to hold your lane for like an elongated period of time. And they just really pressured that because they know that like he's got a really weak early game now in lane. They just completely tried to shut that down. So they played really well around the weaknesses of their enemies, and they really like looked around the draft really efficiently, which I do really enjoy. But Batisto going to go for a little bit of an overpush in the jungle. Don't know what he's really looking to do, but he's going to actually rotate towards Tsuki. Yeah, Tsuki. That's it. He's going for Tsuki. But he was like, oh, I mean, you can steal some jungle, but he saw nothing. He was like, oh, rip. Guess I'll go for Tsuki instead.
Looks like Tsuki's a juicy minion to take. And Arden going to be ordained
outside
to be the second kill, but bad Finn
what he goes
here as well. Quickly! Just can't quite find the tanky. Too tanky for both his Baptiste to this Kensei to take under turret. Can't dive anymore with such low health bars.
Yeah, they're going to have to let that one slip away. Scarf going to rotate pretty late. But
just see a hero kill Flicker again. Just hi. that's all he is he melts you very down. And you can't do anything. Looks to try get the Pacifisto under the EU Trian.
Oh, he gets both. Pog. Pops out the flask, doesn't want to deal with it too much. Ordine will be coming on through. But Solar Storm connects on Valhalla down to now 2/3 HP. But Aroniak, unfortunately, despite being Flicker, applies a little bit of slow double man root. Greatly done from Aroniak, but now Electronic going to be joining the fray, but unfortunately still only level 6. Doesn't have the increased range on those Helios, so he can't really add too much to that fight. Quickly simple, going to get normally quadrupled up by outside. There you go, it does connect, but just a little bit of tick damage. Not going to be that insane, but he's taking quite a heavy hit in the process. Got to be careful.
Yeah, definitely have to agree with you. You have to be careful about this damage that can be outputted. Also, we do see this mid lane getting pushed up by the Celeste and the Lorelei. And MV2 solo under his turret now. His Finn did rotate up, so we're going to have to clear his Linda's turret there. Quickly simple, looking out of position. No, does have to get the support of his allies. Will manage to get out of there. Bit too aggressive there, trying to take the enemy jungle.
For the time being, Kensei bot lane, just pushing. Always.
Mm-hmm.
Good old push Kensei. Like, the thing is with Kensei, like, you want to try and get as much gold as possible. Like, Kensei early game, he's a really fun hero, but you really unlock your kit when you hit, like, 2 items. 3 items is even, like, your better power spike. So you want to try and really just focus your early game on farming, and when you get your power spike, that's when you're going to start popping off and looking for fights. But it is.
Yeah, electronic boosting in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, not going to work out. Okay. A little unfortunate. But Kensei is going to be diving on top of outside, does pop the block just in case, to soak up a bit of that damage, but now they forced them back, and this will be a really good fight for Ghostwing, as they might, yeah, they are going for the Ghostwing there, that's what I was thinking, like, they create a man advantage, and they got a really good composition to just shut it down so quickly. They got the Lorelei, they got the Kensei, they got the Batiste, all of that together with the Celeste on top, is just going to be really good to just get a really, really quick Ghosting push.
And what I see as well, electronic level 7, about to become level 8, about to get that power spike on the Heliogenesis Celeste, now going to be online for these team fights.
Flicker going to be around the corner. Gonna try and join up.
We are 2k gold in the lead. 7 minutes.
Not too much in 7 minutes. Yeah, it's not insane. Alright, so still no man's land.
Still no time.
Although Flicker,
oh, electronic.
He's gonna get it. Oh, hey, you know what? They share. It's like a Kinder Bueno, just sharing up that double backs. I'm fine with that.
A Kinder Bueno.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Kinder Bueno.
Used to do?
I like it. I see a jungler coming to invade. I'm like, oh, okay, we'll share. And he's like, oh, sure, that's so nice. And he'll just share.
Like...
Yeah. And people call me toxic. You see, I share my fun with my enemies. God damn it.
Yeah. I wonder why, Max.
Oh my god.
As 4 members now push on. Trying to get this tier 2 turret outside on the Finn. Looking a bit tanky, a bit scary. Trying to assert his dominance in front of his turret.
Assert dominance. Just T-poses in the middle of the lane. You're going to go for the second bot lane turret. That's going to be an easy shutdown.
He didn't flex well enough, Finn.
Didn't flex those
just looked
biceps.
It's a little push with a third turret move.
The blocks.
We'll get the Arden come out onto 2 members of Quibble. Now as more members look to help defend this tier 3, Solar Storm will come out, put Finn almost down to the ground. But now Kensei looking to
he's gonna go for the ult.
By Leo, might get a pick onto Scarf, who you want it to go on to. Now
oh no.
Kensei just not enough, but now they've all got to run as NMV2 looks to clean them all up, and now the team fight has turned, the table has turned as quickly now joins 2 of his allies in the dirt, and also Kane pushing his top lane Valhalla on his flanks on this Kane now securing his objectives and realize they have to go back and answer the Kane as well, who's all the while been pushing his turret down. Yeah, it's going to be brilliant turn of events for the side of Oswald, as they will actually even the turrets tier 2 on the bot lane for each team and win the team fight.
One thing that feels really bad for for Natural Vitalik is the fact that Oshimasuri on his Kensei is like really fine farm, like 20 CS behind compared to Valhalla. And in around 10 minute mark, that is starting to be pretty scary, but Quickly Simple comes in with the Storm Crown, secures the CP buff. You know, doesn't really get it over to Electronic, unfortunately, but it's always better in your pocket than any enemies. Like, that is not Kinder Bueno, okay? You don't share that. So, you keep that all for yourself.
You don't share that one with the Flicker?
Nah, that's just mine. Mine for the taking. Always. But you want to try and be a little bit careful around that. So, yeah.
Flicker just going to back off her. Looks like it's reset. Still 1-5 on the score for kills. 10 minutes into the game. 1k, which is really nothing.
It's been reduced pretty heavily, actually. It was around 3k eventually at some point. They were very close to 3k, but now he's got reduced to
that
like
last
nothing.
team fight, really lowering it down. And he also managed to even up the turret score 7.
What I want to see now is Leo and Kane getting more involved in team fights. They've always been in their top lane, but now, as I said, actually Leo is rotating down. Force the cord outside will connect on Quickly Simple, but unfortunately they can't really turn down anything viable or like really worth it. Suki was lurking, he's going to go for the blood for blood. He does go for it and steals it away! Suki, what a legend!
The gauntlet to protect him and the Flicker to get him out.
Oh no, he's doing more. He doesn't have
He's been hit. He's been hit.
He's trying his best.
Oh,
maybe
he might get a kill.
Nah, not gonna happen.
I
mean, that is Arden. Okay, he just pulled off a Flash X. So.
True. Flash X, where you at, man?
He's having fun times with like WSOE organization. He's doing good.
He is. He's times like he's doing good for himself. Moved on to great and better things, but we are still here.
Oh no, I can't help you.
Vainglory epic action, as I can't help you. Almost goes down. Almost put back under the ocean there. I can't help you. The water will come out preemptively.
Yeah, it wouldn't have helped because it would still kill him because it does go through barriers, right? So the water would have still had him die. It wouldn't have helped, so not really worth it. But still, use it up. He's going to be on a cooldown
down
of
for that
70
team
seconds.
fight though as well.
Look at the damage, Joe. What the hell?
Yeah, I mean, Kane pretty strong. 2 items now. Coming to 3 items. Then just going to tank the entirety of that Solar Storm up. Aroniac looking to try position, remove the vision from the side of the enemies. Scout out. They're just gonna try scout out for picks here. Aroniac trying to be cheeky and steal the jungle, but he doesn't realize that the entire invaded by the whole enemy. And now they'll run back, but the Force of course says no. And now Crucible gonna have to block out the rest of the CC, but it's not gonna matter as Lorelei now has to run the other way. But Baptiste now gonna fall, and now Electronic going to fall as well, and Lorelei is going to be 3rd and 4th, and that will be disaster. I mean, what has happened in this game? We see natural Vitalik looking good in the early game, and now as we move to this late game, as the Kane gets online, as the Scar scales up, we see favors turn into the side of Oswald's team, and now they're getting his Black Claw.
Alright, gonna go for the Black Claw. That's gonna be always a good call here. Just turn fights into global objectives. Can't go wrong with that. They need these like turrets too in the mid lane. So this is going to be really allowing them to potentially even get 2 turrets. He's not empowered, unfortunately, with Pacifisto. Okay, I was a little bit scared of what was going to actually happen there. The Kane should be able to melt down that turret pretty easily, especially with the Scarf. Like, they got this is a comp where they do have a decent amount of siege in, and it's going to shut that down pretty efficiently. Greatly done for Team Oswald. And Team Oswald, we said it earlier, they 1-0 so far in this BO3. They need 2 wins to just go further and get the amount of points that they need to go a little bit further in this tournament. But here you go. Blackwall still pushing down to mid HP, but still going ham on the second mid lane turret. But the sieging comp will not be unfolding anymore as they are a little bit too low, and they will call this one even Stevens for now. But still playing it really safe, which you got to respect always.
For sure, the vision is junk.
Okay.
And they're looking to try pick a steal, but
let's try and flicker ult under turret. That works.
Looks like they will be caught out trying to find that cheeky pick onto one member. Solar-Storm will just go right in between the enemies. That will be a 40-second cooldown.
Alright. Crystal Treant going to be forward over, secured over by Electronic. Victory on Finn, not going to be doing too much as Finn is a thick boy. He forced the cord though, works out.
Gonna land
Leo. But Leo able to get really great. Oh, and a core collapse. The wombo combo for days, baby. And they get CC to death home. And then V2 trying to force back. And actually, that Dragon Breath is getting pretty impactful. Gets a double kill, a triple kill for Scarf. And then V2 popping off, but will get shut down by the path of the running of that Kensei. And now that leaves that turret potentially open for takedown. But unfortunately, they don't have the composition there to really push it anymore. So they got to call that one a day. But Ostrom Mystery not giving up quite yet. Come on, don't do this to the boy. Leave and go back. Oh no! Even failed to troll him. God damn it.
Oh man. The big troll trying to stop Kenzie from...
That CC train though, like that was great synergy.
I mean, brilliant cancel on that Scarf. If that Scarf had been allowed to continue with the ultimate, would have easily dispatched them all quicker than what he did, which would allow them to turn on to those members such as Kensei or Baptiste. So brilliant shutdown on that. I mean, good answer from the Leo as well to see that he was getting killed with the Force Accord, but decided to turn it around with his own ultimate there to put pressure on the enemies.
Pushing up a little bit towards the Ghost Wing. Kensei not here. Cade is not here. So here really there's no reason for Team Oswald to get caught out. They do not want to pick this one. Kane is not here. He's pushing. But that's the thing, right? They know that Kane is pushing. They're going to go look for the fight, which is so smart actually coming out from them. So, natural Vitalik forcing them back quite a bit. Ultimate from Flicker will be unfolding just to allow them to peel back a little bit more. But Arden
so
pretty deep.
hard for them to catch.
Oh, he's going to stop them from backporting. This is so smart.
Support's going to be cancelled out. And Kane continuing to push only Celeste there to defend, not who you want to defend. Will manage to pull him off the turret for now, as Blanks will just pull himself back out of that potential fight coming out 1v1 against Celeste. The Ghost Wing has been started though in the meantime.
Just in case they were going to go backport, they just started it
Oswald.
up. And they just finish it because there's no reason to. They still know that the enemies are around, so they just went it safe. As always, being respectful is always going to bring you good things in the world of MOBAs.
Sure, Flicker not being spotted. Has to be careful though. Flicker looks careful he doesn't get caught on the back line. If his team can't support him, that is something that Veroniak is going to have to be careful about. And they just clear the minion waves out of each side and looking to reset. Arden though, caught perhaps in the bottom. Has to be very wary about being all treads down here. Looking for the steal again.
Yeah, can he do a flash XV2? Going for it, got a bluff of blood. Goes for it and gets it again! And he puts this away, he's like, nah, fuck this shit, I'm out. Okay, he's got what he wanted and now he's gone, but he's got Ordained Vanguard to safety, but he does make it out anyways, pushing just in case. And you know what, Kane really wanted the booty of that top lane turret.
So toxic, guys. Gonna be two.
Wait, Valhalla, where are you going?
Where's
he going, Valhalla? I
have no clue what Blanks is doing. Blanks is having a party with 5 members.
Look at that. Actually, it's good. It allows him to get the Black Claw.
Not with the Ordained though. I'm afraid that will be goodbye, Blanks, as you get erased.
Oh, Black Claw getting fought over. Going lower and lower. Where's the Arden? Where's the Arden?
Well, it's the steal potentially to counter. Oh, he gets steal, don't Max!
What? It took me a second to like process. I was like, wait, what? Wait, what? That got stolen by the Lorelei on the fish food? You must be freaking kidding me.
Swing, but I will have the Black Claw, they say, and now it's going to be Black Claw fishing down in that first turret.
I call that an absolute win.
Oh, the storm!
Oh, the fish food! Oh, the Vanguard. Woo! The comeback is here.
Just respawning. This is so intense. Every objective, dragon objective, being stealed so far this game. Not the team you think would take it. But Gauntlet now going to come out. Lorelei looks like she's being caught out here as the rotation and the engagements come in. And that's going to be one falling. Leo just going to back off it.
Yeah, Blacklaw might even get second mid lane. Nah, it's not going to get it actually. I thought it might for a few seconds, but that's not going to get unfolded.
I mean, that might have just kept him in the game. If that Black Lord went over to the side of that, probably would have been GG.
Because they could have like left the Black Claw push and pushed the top lane, which they could have got like the armories and everything. But be careful though, Valhalla, he's thirsty for blood. Pushing on top of quickly simple. He's good for the ult. There's a little bit of tick damage.
Because of course that top lane pushing in, if they do get a fight close to top lane and they win it, could just be the end of the game. 2-0 to Oswald is what they need to keep their hopes alive for week 3 to get into the semi-finals. A miracle run. Can they pull it?
I mean, one person that can pull it is the Finn.
The Finn. Well, they do have the Finn on their team.
Okay, if you got that one, smash like and subscribe. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, they could definitely try and also get the top lane turret. Like, you're gonna see Kane trying to de-push that, but like the minions were actually pushing pretty hard. And now they got the information on the Kane. You know he's on his own, and they can turret dive. Like, this is almost 20 minutes in. You can turret dive this without even giving a freaking damn. But here it is. Pacifisto looking for the engage. Pops the ult, and the ult actually does not work out whatsoever. But it doesn't matter. They got the team there to back him up, and they're going to get an easy kill on top of that Kane. Now they got the man advantage. That's the most important thing for your team. What are they going to turn this man advantage into? That's the important question. That's
when Ghostwing is just respawning now. Looks like they're going to run back over the map. Arden positioned though, as always. After racing, making sure he's not an average.
Oh no, don't you dare, Tsuki. Don't you do a time 3 flash X. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now. Wolf, I'm going to tell you right now. We've got to do the flash X, like, shot call, okay? If he's still there, you got to scream boom, okay?
Okay.
Okay, if he goes for the steal, he goes for it. He doesn't hit it, unfortunately. No boom right now, but the Gauntlet 8 to safety will be connecting.
Oh my goodness,
Blocks
that would have been
galore.
so good to be installing it.
I wanted to say boom, just like Flash X. I'm so sad right now.
I was getting so hyped for it. I was getting so hyped.
I had my lips ready like in an O circle formation, like, oh no, it didn't happen.
But same here, man. So I'll double that one up.
Damn it. So yeah, they're just going to push. They got all the wave, which is pretty lively here. They could try and get the second mid lane turret, but it seemed like... Are they going to go for it? They should. It seems like their resources are not really there. They don't have the Kensei. They don't really want to get overconfident, but they could because Arden is dead. Like, this is...
Just take the jungle instead, looks like.
I mean,
Max,
turrets?
they will remove vision as well. I mean, turrets...
I mean, they could get both,
overrated,
I think.
Max. Like, who needs turrets?
Who needs turret? Like, freaking
Who needs
turrets.
turrets when you can go for the vein crystal? 720, 180 no scope, one shot on the vein crystal.
Okay. It would be cool if like a hero had an ultimate, like you hit level 6 and you can one-shot the Vein Crystal.
Oh, Yates.
Ultimate is end the game.
Maiden.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is Yates ultimate in. Yeet. That one.
Jesus.
Where are we? Again in the game. Okay, we're Blackpool.
Yeah,
Blackpool has respawned.
Are we going to see a buff move here?
The
Outside.
party bush coming
Outside.
out. Looks like a juicy
Oh.
fish. But he's gonna walk past.
Oh my god, he was sweating.
They have no clue what's going on, and now we're going to turn back to Blackpool has got a cam on it. They do realise it's coming in, but they're their way back over. Uh-oh, that's the flicker, ultimate will engage. The force cord pool.
It's
And it's
secured.
going to get secured, though, by the side of La Pacifisto. NMV2 now looking to be killed here as the Gensei's just going to dive in. The Crucible not going to defend him. And now Valhalla, as now will get killed with the ultimate from the Leo. Looks like
fight?
disaster here.
What's going
so
on?
messy.
Arden utility and Flicker utility kill the Celeste 2v3.
But
Must be kidding me.
Celeste is gone.
Yeah, but that's
This
it. They
is
killed her.
crazy.
What the hell's going on? Tsuki 1v2. Can he survive it? Nordane will be coming up very shortly, but he's got still the flask. Going to try and go for the blood for blood on top of I can't help
He's
you.
still alive.
Tsuki, what's going on here? Okay, he's going to go down now. Come on, die. Thank you very much. Now we're going to go over to the Leo real quick. And,
The
Blackpool's
only
pushing.
one to defend. This game, Max, is the craziest game you've seen with at least 3 steals on the Dragons.
That means you're going to game 3 also.
We are going to game 3. And that is dangerous as now the Pacifisto 3 on the board. If the Pacifisto win, it will be our 2 semi-finalists confirmed, also and the Pacifisto, but Oswald trying to deny that away.
What a game. That means then the Oswald. So now, I'm trying to understand the standings real quick. So Oswald, are they out or can he still make it if they get a second win?
Oswald, we have a chance.
They need to win the next game. That's all.
They've gone up against they've gone up against La Pacifisto and I believe, and they've gone up against Brusto. So they've gone up against the 2 people up high. So next week they'll be up against Lavilo, and they're both on 1 point right now. So Oswald gonna have to pretty much clap Lavilo 2-0 to keep their game alive as well as win tonight. But they also have to rely on these matchups as well between Bruso and La Pacifisto as well. They need to hope they don't go 2-1 as well. Because if they go 2-1 and they both get a point above, then it's gonna be like losing tonight really, and they're still gonna not have enough points. Because of course Bruto 4 points, so Pacifisto 3 right now. Avilo and Oswald's only at. So I'm gonna have to rely on a lot of fate right now next week. Or even if they can
Next week is
secure
gonna be,
their hopes.
Very stressful, I guess.
So as well, I mean, tomorrow we've got another 2 series as well. And the Joker versus Joselu and Joe Skaggs versus Keys as well. Going to be interesting to see how that will play up, and if any of the teams in Group A as well can secure their spot semi-finals as Bruto has done tonight.
There you have it anyways, is 1-1 of Natural Vitalik versus Team Oswald. We go real quick on the temporary overlay. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. I'm trying to jump into game number 3. As I thought I would be able to jump into bed now, but Natural Vitalik just had to do it, didn't they? Jeez.
Yep.
Just had to do it.
Oh my goodness.
What the frick? No, it's cool. It's cool. So yeah, it's really fun to see like the still like really close competition in these
I mean,
tournaments.
it's just so back and forth. Like we talk about it in game being probably the most even match up in Group B entirely, but it really is. This is so close between these matches, and it really could have gone either way. We talk about Steel, their first Steel on the Black Claw for the side of Natural Vitalik. Pretty much, in my opinion, is probably the only reason why they were able to game like then, because if they hadn't stolen that, they wouldn't have got.
Yeah, they would have lost like they would have had
the second time.
two objectives. Yeah, it would have been really hard. Like all the objective steals allowed them to like last longer in their game respectively. So red drop on both sides. Boom. Just gonna set up the overlays for the third game. Boom. Okay, we updated. Ready to jump into the game number 3. And it is 1-1 in this BO3 so far between Team Oswald and Natural Vitalik. Really close game. Really enjoying it. We need Oswald backdoors. We need Oswald backdoors. We do. We do. I miss Oswald backdoors.
On the Lyra.
Yeah, I mean, obviously. Like, I was seeing, like, on Twitter, they announced the new Lyra skin, and, like, Oswald put, like, a big tweet. It made me freaking laugh. Oswald put a tweet saying, oh, if you guys don't know me, like, I'm the best Lyra,
that, yeah.
and I deserve that skin, so SCMC, please give me the skin. I'm like, wow. So, okay. Interesting.
SCMC probably took one look at that and said,
that was funny.
we can give you a cheeky old
And give you 10 ice.
ban on your account. Like, that's something. No, Oswald known for his Lyra. Definitely, I don't think he'll be able to get it. I think it'd be foolish if any team would be like putting Lelouch on his pestle. Wait, many teams have done that. Well,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so quick news.
Yeah.
NNV2 will be subbed out for Oswald.
Oh! Wow! Okay, prayers have been answered. Who asked for the backdoors of Oswald? It was Edge Sorrow. Okay, Edge Sorrow, your prayers were answered. There you go. We got Oswald popping in. Let's freaking go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Cool. Okay, I don't know.
It's almost hard to believe that this is a team performing without their captain. And now that the captain's coming out as well, though, you know, it's definitely something very interesting to take a look at. I mean, that's what Joker did, really, in the first series of week 1. He managed to take the series 2-1 against Joey Skaggs, Mitch Jed's gang, without their captain. Can be done.
Well, I'm sending messages to GF because she's going to think I'm dead. I've been gone for freaking ages. Jesus. Passing for 7 hours. Yeah. So who do you think might win the third game? Like, we saw the first game, we saw the second game. Do you think there's, like, after these 2 series, like, there's one team that maybe even just slightly stands out to you here, Highland?
I'm not sure. Man. I think one game, that stands out to me. I think it's hard. I think, honestly, this series has been really good, but also looking back at last week in terms of a really standout game. I can't remember. It was the second series of Saturday, and we had this crazy battle, Miho and everything. There was about 7-8 minutes worth of just looking at each other. Either team 28 minutes, 30 minutes into the game. We got 32 minutes into the game. Objectives both up, and we have this massive team fight, and still no one dies. It's 33 minutes into the game, and then we reset, and not until about 40 minutes in, actually take an objective.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, damn, I wanted to see the match. Like, which one is it?
I'm pretty sure it's the second series on Saturday. It's week 1.
Okay,
Anyways.
I'll try and rewatch the VODs of that if I can, eventually.
Yeah, it's pretty intense, dude. It's pretty intense.
Pretty lit.
Miho ultimates. I go pretty crazy for Miho.
I mean, yeah. But
Okay, it
Miho's in the
seems
game.
like that Oswald didn't make it, so we will have NNV2
What a
again.
surprise. Okay, giving us false hope. What the frick, dude?
And rip the hype, rip the hype.
Rip the dream
I
of the
mean-
Oswald's 30 range portal from one base to the other.
Jeez. I remember one time, like, it was an MPL. I think it was his team. There was this Taka, that was coming in, and like he backdoored solo against a full team attacking his Vein Crystal, and he almost killed the Vein Crystal. Like, honestly,
Oh
it was
no!
insane.
I wanted 33rd game, third series, the final game of the night, taken to a best of 3. Will Oswald be able to keep the entire team, the entire hopes of his team alive? Will Pacifisto confirm their spot for the semi-finals? It is all to play for in this game. Ishtar will be banned out first.
Ishtar will be taken out. Same followed up with Catherine right after. What are they going to go for next? Still got a few heroes. Miho is still open. I would really like to see a Miho get picked up. I haven't had the chance to see a Miho game today.
Miho got picked up loads last. Oh well, it felt
I
like
wasn't
it,
here, was
'cause she
I?
was so...
Huh?
I know.
Think about me, please. Thank you.
Oh,
No, it's good.
Baron. I thought Baron was about to get banned, and I was like,
Ban Baron A side. Good old me.
He's finally getting banned. I think it's about time.
I'm
But
seeing too many
realistically,
Ozos
Baptist
here.
get banned. Ozo?
I'm seeing way too many
Well,
Ozos. Well, this is this
I love
humanist
it. I love a good
esport or
Ozo.
something? Like, oh.
Ozo. Ozo Saw, let's go. Battle as well. We'll add it all in the flicker just to, on top of that one. That's the best, isn't it? That's the best one.
Yeah. The best one, Sonfong taken out. What are they gonna go for now? I would like to see a Tony Boy. I would like to see a Rhyme, to be honest. By the way, do you say Rhyme or Rame?
Rhyme.
Rhyme?
Why?
Okay.
People say Rhyme?
Or I say Rame because I used to say Rame because I'm French, and like in French you say Rame.
Oh yeah.
You don't say Rhyme, it doesn't work. It's like,
It's
I don't know, I said Rame in English, and people are like, what the hell are you saying? I'm like, yeah, Rame. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, okay. It's fine. But yeah, they go for the Lyra. Probably going to follow up with the Celeste. Should be fine. Like, Celeste, once again, in the hands of Electronic. Just a really good, viable pick. And there you go. They pick it up. Celeste, Lyra, they work hand in hand. They're just really good. So no big surprises right there.
For sure. Celeste and Lyra are really strong. But we see this Finn and Scarf combo equally as strong coming out. And for the side of Oswald's team. Oswald here in spirit, of course. I bet you he's watching the game. But he just wants to watch the action. Bet
Oswald
was
watching at some point. He was in the chat, yeah.
He wants to listen to our.
We want Oswald back.
Bring
Give us
Oswald.
Oswald. Bring him to
Bring
us.
Lara back.
Yeah, go for the Leo. It had some decent ultimates, to be honest, last game.
It
decent
did.
ults.
I mean, I do have to agree with you, Leo. As we approached the late game, Leo became more prominent. I think early game, though, Leo definitely some work in Leo, though, which was great to see. Also, those picks as well, late game. Especially against Valhalla in that fight where they managed to pick 2 people off, which was really important to ending the game ultimately. Tony will be picked up, though.
Woo!
Ozo looking like... no! Ozo!
Oh, there's false hope. The thing is, if they pick Ozo now, this is risky. Because they could potentially counter pick with the Lance. And Lance destroys Ozo.
It's
like,
fine, Lance has gone 0-5. It's true.
I mean, oh, okay.
Lance
That's a
out.
hero we don't see either.
Oh, Churnwalker. Second time Churnwalker's going to be picked up.
He's going to be playing normally... Wait, he's going to play Junk... Wait a minute. What is going on here? Because where's this Lyra going to go? They got Lyra, Churnwalker. Like, Tony's going to go jungle. And if he goes top lane, and you have jungle...
Top lane
Churnwalker? No, top lane, Tony, jungle, Churnwalker.
I mean, I think that would be the most sensible.
That's the most...
option.
That's what makes the most sense in their draft, yeah. But the CC potential between, like, both... Churnwalker and Tony works really well. The reason why is like Tony, you just get your stun on your A, get the taunt on your trash talk, and what happens with that is that when you trash talk someone, they're extremely predictable for a really long period of time. So then that's just easy hooks, easy pullbacks on the torment, and then you can also go for like the.
If they pick up Varia, I'm done. My hopes are crushed.
I mean, Varia could work out. I'm not joking. Varia, the combo potential with Churnwalker could work out. But the thing is, they already have a mage.
When Power Barrier used to smack people. First release Baron, interesting. Baron, the first time we're gonna see Baron this tournament is gonna come out on the game that will decide it all for Group B. Realistically,
Yeah, gonna be just going for it right now. who's going to be able to come out on top of this game. This is so far in this BO3 1-1. It's even Stevens for both sides. Which team will be able to go forward, win their extra point, on which team will go home in sobs and sorrow? I have the answer to that question very, very shortly. But once again, the good old question, Highland Wolf, which team do you think might win?
I honestly love the composition coming out of Labas Vistas Natural Vitalik. It is all dive. It is straight through the portal into the Churnwalker, chains into the Baron, double shots on the perk, and into the Celeste Core Collapse. I mean, it is realistically full in composition. It's either going to work great and it's going to delete the entire side of Oswald, or it is going to fall off a cliff.
Well, I'll have to look out for that as we now spawn back onto the rise for the final game of the day. Which one will take it? Will it be Team Oswald on blue side or the red side of Natural Vitalik? Let's check this out as we are going to be now having these teams getting back to their jungle spots, ready to farm up ASAP. Baron, eyes are going to be out for Baron. How do you think Baron is going to be really working out this game for you, Wolf?
Baron's a really interesting one because Baron can get shut down really hard early game, and Baron is probably one of the worst early game heroes in terms of rescaling really important bot lane AD carries, or you see these mid lane sort of scales. Baron, if he can get shut down by this Leo, is going to give Oswald's side so much room to focus on a electronic on the Celeste and pretty much ignore this Baron, which will probably end up doing no damage if he falls behind too much.
Yeah, Baron's definitely going to be really careful, and especially when he's going to play against Tsuki. Even if Ostramasuri is doing a good game, like Leo just goes for his ulti, it's just the end for the Baron basically. So Baron definitely going to be a little bit careful of how he plays around this one. And he's going to have a little bit of a hard laning phase, I believe. But he does get a double tap. But the early game, unfortunately, like the thing is, right, Tsuki will be able to win that trade only when he gets his heavy steel. That's the only moment when he can start beating the Baron. Right now, Baron is going to win because he's got the range, he's got the double taps, he's got everything he needs. So he's not going to win it so far. When Tsuki gets that heavy steel, that's when he can potentially look for the fight.
I mean, also Baron has this Churnwalker. We talked about Churnwalker being a very interesting pick. Second time it's picked up in tournament. Churnwalker is really strong when it works. In terms of if you,
I think everything is strong when it works.
I think in terms of if you can pull it off in your voice comms, though, it's one of these things where it's like your pentakey and you work really well with synergy. Churnwalker is an absolute god. But if you can't shot call correctly and decide when to go in with the Churnwalker, when to use your trespass on those enemies, it really is something hard to carry the game with in terms of your CC abilities in team fights.
Gonna be checking out the bot lane. Again. And Ironiak on this Lorelei, they're gonna get a pretty big amount of damage shut down. But quickly simple, he's gonna rotate from top down to bottom. Trying to go for those hook and chains. Can he get Valhalla? It's quite connected, unfortunately. The double fish root will do some work, but the rotation from mid will be pretty impactful. Core Collapse should be coming up soon, but doesn't even need it, as Tony and Churnwalker together will be able to secure that kill. Rotation from mid, I think there was a little bit of lack of communication on their side, and didn't quite give the information in time, so they couldn't really go back to their turret. And they do lose their first member, and give over the first kill to Team Natural Vitalik.
For sure. Their goals lead only about 900 right now in the lead for Natural Vitalik. Although we say this every game, Natural Vitalik in the lead early game, and then Oswald pull it out the bag in come 20-minute mark. So something we have to always watch out for. It's not always decided in this early game. And I think both Natural Vitalik trying to go with this Baron, with this Tony, with the Churnwalker Lyra, trying to go for this all-in late game comp, trying to match Oswald's damage output, which they can scale to come the late game.
100% agree with that one. Just going to be looking a little bit around this bot lane as Valhalla going to get a little bit dived up. Followed up with a taunt. But Lorelei's not too far off, so Lorelei Ironiak can actually help out quite tremendously. But Pacifisto going to be just really respectful. Got a little bit of poke, puts Valhalla down to mid HP. That's a win for him, really. So he's going to be coming out winner of that trade. But top lane Tsuki, once again, he's getting bullied. And what I'm really liking, right, is that Baron, his early game, he mentioned it earlier, right? Not insane early game. They make up for that by having really just a camping kind of situation happening every few minutes, where Churnwalker is going to really apply some pressure on top of the Leo, forcing him back to base, and then he can just farm really, like, without too much of a hassle.
Pull.
That's a great pull in mid lane, actually, on NV2.
It's going to be a turret falling on the bot side, as it will be the start of the game, going to the side of Team Oswald. And that's going to be Valhalla and Aroniac getting the goal for that. Pacifist down quickly, just around the corner though. Celeste won't be rotating down with the Lyra this time, whereas she will just pull back to base.
Just move back. Top lane though, the turret also going down very slowly, but it's almost there. So it will be a 1-for-1 normally even trade off and I use side lane turrets.
And I'm very surprised this Baron is actually pulling it out early game. I mean, I would honestly think this Baron would really struggle against Suki on this Leo.
The thing is, right, is also Baron, if you know what the hell you're doing, is that you keep your jump jets when you get dived. And even though you do get attacked by Tsuki, you make it out alive. That's the thing. So Tsuki, like I said, Tsuki can only win it if he gets his ulti. And he just had his ulti and he missed it. So Tsuki misses one chance, but it doesn't matter as he's getting ganked up by Aroniac, and Aroniac, the Iron Cannon comes on through, almost gets Tsuki, but he does make it out alive, and it makes it 1-on-1 even trade in terms of kills over the board.
That fish food from Aroniac honestly was the sole reason why Baron died there. Absolutely godly prediction coming out. And now it will be 1-1, and that's going to not save his turret, unfortunately, but it will give him some respite in the top lane.
Pushing mid. We've been folding. Just get a hook and chain on the outside, but you know his Finn can't really turn that into anything significant. Aroniac, be careful in that positioning, can get really scary. Just force it back a little bit, back to the helping hands of Kane, played by Valhalla. Pacifist are going to be joining up. They're trying to go for the jungle steal once again, just a little bit repetitive compared to game 1 and game 2. Weapon Trin is going to be fought over.
The vision is now deep inside of Oswald's jungle there. Aroniac has to be careful. Someone gets spotted out there. We'll just be rotating down to bot lane, back to farming. We are 6.5 minutes into the game, and it's about a 1,000 gold lead for the side of Natural Vitalik. Turrets, even, same with the kills. 8-8, and then 1-1 on the kill. So, very close game.
Top lane! I talked about it, I talked about the ultimate. And there you go, he gets it, and that's an easy shutdown for Tsuki. That's his power spike you're looking for. And that's going to be Baron now, really struggling to get back in this game.
Baron, this is a point where Tsuki can really just bully Baron out of the lane and really back onto the healing platform of all places. Unless Baron can reach a late game now, he's only got 1 item. Until he gets that 3-4 items, we see that kill going down to Lorelei and a Kane node, that rotation. And true, the Ghost Wing is open. But we talk about this going over to Leo in this top lane advantage, and until Baron can realistically get to the late game, he's going to really struggle now.
He's going to be seeing now a little bit of a push that happened in mid by the Scarf, but didn't really turn in any objective control getting taken over. But still, a really push that allows them to, in the future, if they want to really focus on that turret, it's going to make it a lot easier for their team. So still got to keep an eye out for that. Almost 8 minutes in, gold lead of just about 700, getting over to Natural Vitalik. Still not insane when you're 7 minutes in. It's not something that really is going to create a huge advantage for your side. Lara going to try and go for the steal. It does get secured by Aroniac. Not really who you want to have it, but as I said earlier, it's better on your team than on the enemies. He's just going to be able to hold that for his team. Going to have another push through mid. As always, just going to be the normal fight. Really nothing too significant coming out. So I'm just going to really look out for the builds. And right now what I'm looking out on build-wise is Electronic doesn't have his first tier 3 offensive item, which compared to NV2 already has it. And NV2 went for the Spellfire, which we talked about it multiple times again. Here, you do deny the healing from I Can't Help You on the Lyra. That's the only hero you do actually deny significantly. So I'm actually, this is another game where I'm okay with Spellfire getting purchased. And Finn gets to camp.
Definitely Finn managing to secure that one up, going to deny that. But then forced the cord coming out, but Tony on the Bada Boom equally trying to engage there. Just going to run away, no one will fall, but looks like they've been cut off on both ends. Now Electronic has to be careful. The boost in the water wall onto Valhalla, but now must be in his throats. Unfortunately, the Utreans come back and now outside, looking to get the kill, but it will be NMV2 looking to get that first kill of the fight, the second kill with the Dragon's Breath. And now Quickly Simple going to be next on the menu with the Leo Ultimate, just going to be put under the fish food, and that's going to be 3 kills going towards the side of Oswald.
Team Oswald popping off. Still got their members up and running. Did that Leo backboard because he's got to push the top lane. Baron is going to try and create a point of pressure. And, oh no!
Ghost wing!
Oh no! Outside, what was that? Getting shut down by the Ghost Wing. European Ghost Wing also pretty OP, I heard. Killing a lot of people across the rise. Very unfortunate.
6 tension bow Ghost wing.
6 tension bow. What? Okay. I won't ask. That's fine.
Yeah, man. I love 6 tension bow. That's my favourite build. Honestly.
6 tension bow. 6 tension bow. Okay.
Source 6
What's your tier already? Can you tell me again? Sorry.
Yeah, somehow I managed to make up to tier 10 silver.
Tier 10 silver?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, boy. Okay.
We all boosted, don't worry.
Aren't we all? We're all boosted. If you play Vainglory, you're boosted by default. At least that's the excuse people tell people, so yeah.
Oh, that's what I tell myself every time.
Ah, what a good day. I'm boosted. Good night. Yeah, I see that happening, yeah.
Anyways, we are 10.5 minutes into the game. 2k gold lead actually, but the side of Team Oswald and 8-8 sides, 5-4 on the kill board though to Team Oswald again. So, pretty even game though.
Pretty even. Yeah, just really, we're still in no man's land. We don't know who can potentially take it over. Baron in top lane. And his best to try and hold that farm for himself. I can see it quickly. Simple going for the double boots. Okay, I'm actually gonna I'm not gonna talk smack because I do the same. So yeah, I'll shut up for now.
I mean, we saw the double boots earlier in the first series on.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see how the double boots.
Because people don't understand. Like I did it in 2018. Okay, I did double boot scarf in 2018, and people didn't get it. But I was just so far ahead of the meta. Big brain. Yeah.
Big brain. Is that what you called it?
Yeah. Big brain players. The big brain build.
Foresight there.
That was so judgmental. I feel so judged right now. Like,
could you predict the builds for 2020 though?
2020. You know, I think you talked about 6 tension bows, right?
Oh, 6 Shatterglass sword. Let's go.
Turret goes down though. That's going to give them once again a lot of room to fight with in future. Quickly Simple going to be pushing forward, trying to get that pulse slow. Connects on top of Valhalla. And Valhalla just going to get obliterated. Even with the water wall from Lorelei, it's just not going to save your life. Outside also a little bit too deep. Iron Cannon will connect and nuke him to the ground. Ironyak might be following through. His stun goes down. Does he have the taunt? Seems like that will not be the case right now, but they're just going to arcane passage in. Trying to survive as long as possible. Will be going down in the process. And now, Blacklaw up for taking. And Baron is still up and remaining. But Suki, what's going on here? Gets a double man ultimate stun. And Scar's still there to try and assist. And he's going to go ham with that
Electronic took 3
oh my god, it works!
Shots, and that might just be enough to finish him off because Energy's there to help do the initial end damage. And now it's going to be Leo still surviving, but we'll get shut down there. Oh. I mean, Celeste, the fault in there for the team fight, I think, in that attack is Celeste took so many turret shots that she couldn't re-engage onto that fight when Leo engaged. And then NV2 just jumped straight onto her as well, which spells really the doom for Celeste.
Checking out a little bit the builds. We have the tension bow, which is a pretty good power spike for the Baron. Now we're going to see what is Baron going to aim for. He's going to go for the stacking Baron, which is like the good old breaking point. GM builder is going to just go full crit, which is like Tornado Trigger, Tyrant Monocle, which I think that here, Tornado Trigger, Tyrant Monocle would be the better build for Baron. And I think it is the better build by default, not only in this game, just on Baron in general. So I would
definitely
really like
good. These team fights just end too fast, I think.
So that's it. You don't want to go for stacking items, right?
Yeah. Especially with their all-in composition, it just doesn't make sense to go for stacking items on Baron. I think it's better just get that initial burst with the tension bow and then do as much damage as fast as you can before you might get shut down.
So, rotation in mid. They still got that turret almost full HP. That is really surprising. Like, almost 40 minutes in, having your turret like so high, so good. The top lane also goes down. The minions were too much. ICC. Fight might be happening really soon. The Forced Accord is off cooldown. Same for the Crucible. The opposing side is off cooldown. Well, I can't help you. I'm pretty sure that it's not going to work out. We saw I can't help you again, and like again and again and again, just blocking those Forced Accords so efficiently that I'm not even really worried about outside connecting a grab. It's probably not going to happen, right?
I think if outside wants to connect, I think if anyone wants to connect, Icon is so good at blocking his abilities, you're going to have to get something over the wall or something out of vision or something unexpected after the Crucibles are down. For example, if you want to land any major CC abilities, because
Oh,
they're
no.
just going to block it, aren't Lorelei,
Oh, nice fair
unfortunately,
play. All right, then.
AFK.
That's
but
nice.
Keeping Lorelei alive. Respect that.
Yep.
Respect to the team of Natural
Thumbs up.
Vitalik. Yeah.
I give him a
Thumbs up,
for that.
minion ping.
But now they know they got the man advantage, right? So like, okay, he's AFK, we're not going to kill him, but we're not going to lose the tournament either. We're going to use that to our advantage. So we're just going to go for it. Tony secures it with his trusty stun, so that's going to be just fine. And still leaving Ironiac. Yeah, just going to leave him, which I really appreciate that. Iron Cannon going to be raining potentially on top lane. Yeah, it's pretty sure it's top lane. It rained up on top of. But we're 15 minutes into the game right now, and the gold lead is only almost 1k for Team Oswald, which I have to say is basically nothing. And it got reduced. Now it's almost nothing. It's only 300. It's just a battle of just like a few gold. But there it is. Quickly simple, stealing that CP buff away with his good old Storm Crown.
Quickly gone.
No, come on. No. I was praising the fair play, but it put him so low. Just think, oh, okay, they're leaving. Thank you. I appreciate that. Up.
Oh, wow.
I was like, oh, that's so nice. Boom. Okay, okay. Thank you.
Oh, man.
I just saw in the chat record who said fair play. GG. No, not anymore.
No. Wait till a minute when you... Yeah, I'll see that one in 50 seconds.
You're like, we give him 1 minute. If he's not back in 1 minute, he's dead meat. Okay, so...
Lorelei could now turn into calamari, but we'll be back on to the healing platform now.
Yeah.
And now just going back to sort of standard rotations, just rotating by the map, trying to find a pick off now, 60 minutes into the game, as you say. Turret's looking pretty similar to that first. That first mid lane turret looking to now be pressured though, Max.
Are they going to get it?
4 members of Force Accords not gonna land, unfortunately. Been pretty sick.
Yeah. Baron coming out at the last second to get that turret. Like 1 second later, and that turret would not have gone down. So, great job. So he's trying to get an ulti. You can see he's really trying to look for a pick, but Tony coming in with the taunt connects on top of the Leo. But he's a little bit too deep. He's on his own. His team is not there to really back him up, so he's just going to call that one off and just wait for the cooldown of his taunt to be reset. Pacifist though can potentially engage on Ironiac to his split is alone without his team around to help him out. Same for an NV2. They've really split around the board despite knowing that there's a full 5-man team in the mid lane, and they're now splitting evenly, which is really surprising. And now they see that Leo went top lane to deep push a little bit. So now they've got that information, they're just going to feel really confident, and they're going to go for a jungle invade, which I think is great, but Leo is very close by.
Leo already here fight, but we'll get that gold oak. Now to stun the Lyra. Lyra still got a portal. Oh, the stun though from the Leo, just going to melt the Lyra off the board, and now Waterwall not going to be enough for us. Leo will pull down Solarstone through the entire team, and now Finn's surely going to fall. Bada boom! Balala back onto the front line. Now has to run himself, but Taunt going to deny that. And now 3 members are going to turn it down 3-1 for the side of Natural Vitalik.
Well, you know what? Baron now, he's got his Tornado Trigger. Now he's going to go for the Titan Monocle, and after that, it's not game over, but kinda.
Scary. We're getting scary late game Baron here. And with Celeste as well, these 2 major late game scale heroes. It's going to become very hard for Team Oswald to once again fight through and win in the late game.
I'm just really surprised that Team Oswald didn't put more resources into shutting down Baron in his early game, because you talked about it earlier really well, is the fact that like Baron early game is like, it's not that great. And that's the moment where you want to put him down in a bad game, because right now you check out all the gold leads, okay? Everyone who has the most gold is Baron. Well, almost. He's really close to Electronic. It's got 154, but that's not the point, okay? He's just really close up. And you shouldn't have a Baron getting this high gold if you know what you're doing, which I'm sure they know what they're doing. I'm just being a little bit harsh, but they should
only
have put
18
more.
Minutes in.
They should have put more. Yeah, they should have put more resources to shut him down, and they didn't do that. They ignored the Baron, and when you ignore Baron early, he's gonna come clapping hard late game.
For sure. We see it paying dividends though in this late game competition. I mean, smart plays from the side of Natural Vitalik, recognizing it that where they're losing is the major end game fights, and putting these Baron obviously cancelled out, and now he's going to be in trouble as now Suki on the run in the top lane. tier 2 turret, but for what cost does he will just get melted and
What did it cost? Everything.
His life.
Everything.
Oh, man. Yeah.
If you didn't
Well,
get that reference, you're not a true bloke in chat, okay? Let's just say that. You got that reference, right?
Yes, I did get
Okay, okay, thank you. I was like, okay. Let me alone with Valhalla. He's going to get a little bit surrounded by foes. Does make it a little bit longer. Gets taunted up by the Tony, but though, trespass from... unfortunately, will get blocked out. But Badaboom will be doing a little bit of work, picks him back into the thick of things. Almost able to take that electronic. That triple tap definitely doing a nice amount of work. But Finn, the problem is with Finn, once he dives into a fight, he can't get out unscathed. Arcane Passage in to try and get those finishing blows. Baron doing so much work and gets to shut down on the Scarf. He's extremely low.
Baron
The flask and the block just in case. Oh, Tsuki, be careful there. Actually, could try and ult. He could have ulted electronic right there. That would have been perfect. Sent him under turret, but didn't take it. He didn't take the risk. And playing it safe, which I can understand also, but I thought there was kind of an opportunity.
Oh my goodness. Almost the Baron dying to the turret of things. But we'll survive. 20 minutes into the game, we are 5k gold ahead for the side of National Vitalik. 16 kills, doubling that of the 8 for the side of Oswald. And still 1 up. Or 1 down, sorry, I beg your pardon, on the turrets. It's actually them low down to turrets, but not for much longer, Max, as it looks like we're taking Blacklaw.
1 turret up. They got 10 turrets total. What? How does that work? I'm not sure. I mean, after Saw is called a turret, basically, I guess, but that's fine. It's not Saw here.
Saw is basic. Saw is just the turret mission.
Yeah. I'm just going to tell you guys, like, the more tired I am, the worse my jokes get, okay? So, this is not my fault. It's just the amount of sleep I got, okay? This is
nothing is worse than Imperium's mum jokes, so let's be real.
Oh, your mama jokes?
Yeah. Oh, there's something.
Yeah, I don't do your mum jokes after the past month, so I don't do those anymore. For specific reasons, I'm sure some people know what I'm talking about. But anyways.
Imperium, we love your jokes.
Yeah, top
looks
lane,
like an
checkpoint turret will be
engagement,
taken
though.
over. Lol. Oh, no, oh, just a block in case. Okay, no, better safe than sorry. But though the Blackwall going to be going ham on the second mid lane turret, going to give them a little bit more room to work it. Kane, that's the most valuable target. He gets the taunt on it, get also the turret, and there it's just an easy shutdown for the
Leo,
5.
what are you doing, man? No, if you really the end of the game, you have to be careful. If you lose this fight and you lose the game, you're out of the competition, Oswald. It all rests with this Blacklaw pushing down. Pacifisto aggressively frontlining here correctly, trying to get a cruise on, but the Leo double stun, and now it's going to be the Scarf melting them all. It's just going to be a disaster. But the Baron, the one wheel with the gold,
Electronic,
still alive.
Oh my
Electronic,
God.
still alive. Unfortunately, will the gold go over to the Finn on Electronics? Death. Baron still alive though, but will survive another day, another fight. It's like a cornered animal, Max. As they desperately salvage their base, which is now in tatters.
I think this stream is closer to like a comedy show than an actual tournament. I'm not talking about the gameplay. I mean, it could.
No.
If I really wanted to be a jerk there, I could really just shut them down. But no, I'm not going to do that. I'll be chill. It's not me playing after all, so we're good. Yeah, they're gonna like this game is really close, despite the fact that we have a pretty significant goal lead going over mainly to natural Vitalik. But still, we're at a stage where it's still anybody's game, and it's really close. What I want to see right now is NNV2 though. He's playing Scarf. He doesn't have a block. He needs one. Scarf is super reliant on a block to be able to get your ultimate. Because you're going to go for your ultimate, you're trying to charge up your Dragon Breath. A Quibble can shut you down, a Core Collapse, a Stun from the Tony, or Badaboom from the Tony. All those abilities can shut you down out of your Dragon Breath. And Dragon Bless is an extremely important ability, but though this still might happen, it gets stolen away by Tsuki on the Leo! Another Core Collapse, he will die in the process, but it does not matter, it is worth it. Or is it? Because now they have no more turrets, they have no more armory in the mid lane. And this is going to be actually a big fat push happening for natural Vitalik and Finn. As I said it multiple times, Finn just can't escape. Finn can't escape, that's the thing. He's going to be one casualty right there.
Miss on the taunt, no, just stand still and almost Max. Your Tony goes down.
Extremely close. Oh, the Baron! What the hell?
That instant delete.
That was 2 basic attacks and he one shot. Oh,
the Baron late game is online, and so's the end of the game. It looks like just some ridiculous damage to the Baron. nightmare for the Baron. 11-2 will spell the end of Oswald's run in this tournament. Commiserations, but
Can someone
Natural
clip that?
Vitalik as well. Our semi-finalist, our second semi-finalist has been locked in. That will be Bruto and Le Pacifisto becoming our two semi-finalists from Group B.